welcome to Wednesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where today we're going to be taking a look at another of these circle puzzles. Now, you may be looking at the screen and saying, that's not a circle puzzle. Let me show you what this puzzle looks like in its other form. It looks like that. It's called Coloured Circles by Dorlir. And the testers have said this is an absolutely brilliant puzzle. Sent it through to me. And when I opened it on my screen, I was like, no, I can't do it. It makes me feel dizzy. So they've sent me a different version, which is this one, which is basically the same puzzle, but with the different coloured circles replaced by letters. So you can see in the top row, you've got 2 A's there. If we go back to the other one, those were actually 2 red circles. And they've kindly rewritten the rules for me as well. So hopefully, I will be able to understand what's going on, and I won't get a migraine from solving this one. And hopefully I'll be able to solve it before Storm Agnes arrives, as apparently that is due later on today as well. I'll read you the rules to this one in a moment. It has a 100% approval rating on Logic Masters and only 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty. So it might be achievable. We'll have to wait and see. Now, what did I want to tell you about before we get cracking today? I've got a few birthdays to do. Over on Patreon, we have a new crossword video. Mark has solved the Times Club Monthly Special for those of you who enjoy the rock-hard variety of cryptic crosswords. That is always a good watch. Always a video I make sure I watch during the month as well. It is somewhat irritating and also incredible to watch Mark solve a puzzle of that difficulty. Also, in just a few days' time, we've got the Skunkworks Sudoku hunt coming. I do have, there we go, Trick or Treat, so 6x6 puzzles. We had a very popular video just the other day, which was a 4x4 puzzle, so obviously small puzzles are in vogue. There are lots of puzzles in this hunt, so this is going to be an absolutely terrific thing. Mark and I have started testing them. And yeah, I mean, as you'd expect from the Skunkworks, these are top quality. So yeah, 1st of October, 4 p.m. UK time, you know what's going on. If you want to get yourselves over to Patreon, I'll try and remember to put a link on the screen right there. Now what else? Let's do some birthdays. Actually, I'd just like to shout out Secret Lawyer Man. Secret Lawyer Man, thank you for your email. It meant a lot to me, and I appreciated it. And now, birthdays. Evelyn, it's your birth. No, Evelyn, it was your birthday on Monday, wasn't it? This is the one I forgot. I'm so sorry. Your girlfriend Jessie did write to us and did ask me to shout you out on Monday, but I don't know how I missed it. I'm very sorry. I hope you had an absolutely brilliant day with chocolate cake. And my apologies. Nathan, you've turned 28 today down there in Australia. I know this because your wife Jerry wrote to us, and apparently the two of you enjoy solving Sudokus in the evenings now rather than watching TV. That's the way I think the world should go. Nathan, happy birthday. Murphy over there in New York, it's your birthday today, and I know this because your girlfriend Maddie wrote to us. And I know that she won't be seeing you today, but she wanted you to have a great birthday, and she thought a shout out on the channel would make it a bit better. So Murphy, happy birthday. Alex, you've turned 16 today, and you sent us a very good puzzle as well. I'm not sure if Mark is going to be doing that later, but there is, yeah, there is a possibility. That's all I can say. I don't know whether or not that's going to happen, Alex, but it might do. And well, happy birthday, whatever. And I hope you have a great day. And then Ria, it's your birthday today, and I know this because your boyfriend Daniel wrote to us. And I am assured you're having chocolate and raspberry cake, which strikes me as being a bit overloaded with fruit. But I do hope, Ria, that you have a very good day. Anyway. And then with that we will turn our attention to some Sudoku solving. Let's have a look at Coloured Circles by Dorlir. Dorlir is a maths professor as well. I mean, and Dorlir made that puzzle that we did. Yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago. There was it was an absolutely amazing puzzle, and it only takes sort of 2 or 3 minutes to solve. If I remember, I'll put a link to that in the video as well, on the screen, because it will only take you 2 or 3 minutes, but it just it's a sort of euphoric sense of joy you get from solving it. It's quite remarkable. But these are the rules to this puzzle. Normal Sudoku rules apply, i.e. place the digits 1 to 8. Well, it's not quite normal, is it? The digits 1 to 8 in every row, column, and every box. So we're not dealing with the number 9 today, I don't think. The digit in a lettered cell indicates exactly how many times that digit appears in a cell containing that letter. E.g., a 5 in a C cell, there's a C cell, a 5 in a C cell indicates that there are exactly 5 5s in cells containing the letter C. However, 8 of the lettered cells are naughty. These don't obey the letter rule. E.g., a 5 in a naughty C cell, so imagine this is a naughty C cell now. A 5 in a naughty C cell indicates that there are not exactly 5 5s in cells containing the letter C. Every row, column and box contains exactly one naughty lettered cell. Okay. Well, I understand the rules. I don't know how we're going to solve the puzzle. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. So what we're going to have to do, I think, is to add up. Normally with these circled puzzles, we have to add up the number of... Well, actually, we normally have to add up the number of circles, but here we've got letters, haven't we? I don't know. Oh, okay, if I double click... That's useful. If I double click on a letter, it highlights all the instances of the letter. Okay. So perhaps what we've got to do, obviously, well, it's an 8 by 8, so there's going to be 64 letters altogether. Let's just see if any of them are... That's a weird pattern. It's sort of a roof of a house. D. That's not a weird pattern. E. There's less E's. F. Have we got G? There's a G down here. 2 G's. This is probably where we start then. Let's just see. H. Let's just see if there's an I in this grid. Hang on. I could easily miss it. And if it, well, and there could be other letters as well. I'm not exactly sure that we're just going from A to H and stopping. So there's not many H's, but it was G, wasn't it? There were only 2 G's. So what on earth is that saying? So that's saying you can put a digit into a G, so it's got to be... Oh, no, you can't. No, I was going to say it's got to be 2, but you can't put 2 in. Because if you put a 2 in a G, if I put a 2 in this G, that's saying there are 2 G's in the puzzle that contain a 2. Well, that would require that to be a G, and that's definitely breaking the rules of Sudoku. So you can't put 2 into a G. Okay, right, so I know what these 2 cells are, approximately. One of these cells must be a 1. That's saying there's 1 1 in a G, and that's going to be self-fulfilling. And then the other cell is going to have to be a naughty cell, isn't it? Because it's going to have to... it's going to have to be lying about how many cells there are in G. Because, if you put 1 into one of these and it's real, and then you put 3 into one of them, it would be saying there's 3 3s in G's, which is impossible. So that means... Right, we've got to find a way of pencil marking this. There is a 1 in one of these cells, and the other one is a naughty cell. So we're going to have a colour, I think, for a naughty cell. We'll have red. Right, and we're probably... I'll put a flash in this to say, because I don't know which way round this goes. So maybe I shouldn't put the 1 in the middle. Although I do want to put the 1 in the middle, because the one is definitely in one of these. And if I put 1 in the corner across the box, then across box boundaries, I'm not going to understand. I think I'm going to leave the 1 in the centre. One of these is a 1, one of these is naughty, and the rest of this column is not naughty, is what we've just learnt, which we will make light green. Now, what do we do then now? Maybe, was it H didn't have much in it? A, A, I can't remember how many A. Oh, A's got loads. B, I think B and C had loads. D had loads. E has, oh, E has a cell that's got a real digit in it now. I still think I've not appreciated something very fundamental about this, to be honest. H, let's think about H though. H only has four cells, 2 of which have to contain different numbers. So we can't just write 4 into all of those and say that they're all normal, because if they were all normal, well, this 4 would be saying there's 4 4s in H's, but if you put 4 4s in H's, you get 2 4s in the same box of the Sudoku, which is clearly wrong. So, yeah, and they can't all be lying. They can't all be naughty, because these 2 can't both be naughty. So there's at least one naughty H, and a maximum of 3 naughty H's. So at least one of the H's is telling the truth, and that can't contain as much as a 4. So I don't know. I don't even know how to pencil mark that, really, because I think all I'm learning there is that H's are either contain 1s, 2s or 3s, or they're naughty, which is a ludicrous thing to have to... I mean, it's almost as ludicrous as this. I'd have to put 1, 2, 3 into each of these, and red, and flash it. And I don't think that's doing anything, is it? No, I think I'm on the wrong lines here. I think we've got to think about... something else. What's that going to be? So when you put... I'm actually thinking maybe it's more about 8s, because I've got to put 8 8s in this puzzle, and wherever I put an 8, let's just put an 8 there for a moment, just so we can think about it. That's saying how many... I don't know if we've got enough D's to be 8, but let's just say we put an 8 there. That 8 is one of 2 things. It's either naughty... Yeah, it's quite hard for 8 to be naughty, though, isn't it? Because if 8 is naughty anywhere, all the... that's going to be it. Right, so if 8 is naughty anywhere, all the 8s are naughty. Because imagine this was a naughty 8. We've got to put an 8 in this box now. Now, if the 8 in this box was normal... that would be saying there are 8 8s in 8 8s in B in this instance. But that would require, because there are only 8 8s in the puzzle, that requires the 8 in this box to be on B and not be naughty, which is impossible if we've made it a naughty 8. So, and that logic extends, so that would have to be naughty. The 8 in this box would have to be naughty. So you're going to get 8 naughty 8s. So yes, so if one 8 is naughty, all 8s are naughty. Right, and that's wrong. Strange sentence. That is wrong, because 7s... How does that work with 7s? There are 8 7s in the puzzle. And if all the 8s are naughty, then... all the 7s have to be real, because there are 8 8s and there are 8 naughty cells. So all the 7s are now real, but whichever letter I put the 7 on, it's going to be saying that there's 7 of those 7s, and then the 8th 7 is not going to have any friends, is it? So say you put a 7 in there, that would be saying there were 7 7s in C's, so you could put those around the grid. But then when you come to put the 8th C in, let's say it's got to be in a box. I don't know where it's going to be. Let's put it there. Say that was a 7. That's saying there's also 7 H's, which there can't be. There can't be 14 7s in this puzzle. So this is wrong. This is wrong. Okay, so what we've now discovered, let me just think about that. 7, there are 8 7s. But whenever... Yeah, there are 8 7s. So we've proved that it's impossible. Sorry, let me just. I think I might have to think about this sequentially. So I've proved that there definitely aren't 8 naughty 8s. Therefore, every 8 in this puzzle is genuine. So then we turn our attention to 7s. Now, can you have 8 naughty 7s is the thing I'm thinking about. If you had 8 naughty 7s, no, you can't have 8 naughty 7s. It's sort of the same as 8s, isn't it? You then go to the lower number, which would be 6s, and you say, okay, well, how do you have... if all the 7s are naughty, all the 6s are real, so if you put 6 on A, for example, there would be 6 6s in A, and then the 7th 6, when you put it in, would have to be on a different colour, a different letter, and then that would be saying there's 6 6s on that letter, which there can't be. So there can't be 7 naughty 7s. Sorry, there can't be 8. No, there can't be 8 naughty 7s. So there is at least one normal 7. And once there is a normal 7, then 7 7s in the puzzle cannot be naughty. This is weird. It's sort of iterative. So 7 7s in the puzzle have to be real in order to allow there to be just one normal 7. And once there's... So the 8th 7 is going to be naughty, because it can't be real, or there would have to be 14 7s in the puzzle. So I wonder if it goes 1 2 no, it's not going to... Oh, hang on. Right, so now where are we now? We've worked out there's 8 normal 8s and 7 normal 7s and 1 naughty 7. And then we turn our attention to 6s. Now 6s, there's going to have to be 2 naughty 6s, because you've got to put 8 6s in the puzzle. So let's say that's a normal 6. You'd dispose 6 6s around C's in non-naughty C's. This is the most ludicrous sentences you have to say. But then when you turn your attention to the 7th and 8th 6, let's say one was there, that was saying there's 6 6s in F, which is clearly impossible if there are actually 6 6s in C. So that has to be naughty, and then wherever the 8th 6th goes, that's got to be naughty. So now you've got 1 naughty 7 and 2 naughty 6s, but then 5s, and there's only 5. Yeah, there's only 5 now naughty digits left to be found. And there are 8 5s. So there are natural 5s in this puzzle. Once there is a natural 5, 5 of the 5s must be natural. And then 5s, the 6th, 7th and 8th 5 could not be natural, because 8 mod 5 has a remainder. So there are now 3 5s. So it's going to go 1 2 3, 1 naughty 7, 2 naughty 6s, 3 naughty 5s, 4s. Hang on. Hatch, how many? I can only have 8 naughty digits altogether, and I've already got 6 of them. So I can't have more than 2 naughty 4s. Yes, but okay, yeah, but there are 8 4s in the puzzle. I see. Yes, okay, I've got this now. So there are 8 4s in the puzzle. But we could allocate those 4s between 2 different letters, couldn't we? If we had 4, if these were both 4, how does that break the world? Do we have to have any naughty 4s, is my question. And the answer is no. I don't have to have any naughty 4s, because I could put 4 4s in C and 4 4s in F. That would be 8 4s in the puzzle. And providing I could put 4 4s in C and 4 4s in F, I've not broken any rules, providing Sudoku allows me to do it. So there doesn't need to be a naughty 4. But there does need to be a naughty, there's got to be 2 naughty 3s, because 8 mod 3 has a remainder of 2. There's simply no way in this puzzle. If we make both of those 3s, then I'm going to have 3 3s in Cs, 3 3s in Fs. What do I do with the next 3 that I put in the grid? Because I've only put 6 in. The 7th 3, if that's B, say, that cannot be a real 3, because that would imply there are 9 3s in the puzzle. So the 7th and 8th 3 are naughty, and that gives us the full complement of naughtiness in the puzzle. It's made up. The naughty cells are 1 7, 2 6s, 3 5s, and 2 3s, and everything else is natural. Isn't that beautiful? I've not done anything yet in the puzzle, but I think I understand it much better now. So that means... Well, what does that mean? That doesn't mean I know what these are, does it? Well, I do, sort of. So I know that the naughty digit here is either 3, we've just said 3 works, 5, 6, or 7. Oh, that's no good. Let's go back to 8s though, because there's got to be at least one letter here that has a letter in every box, so it can be 8. And it's clearly not A. It's not B. But let me just show you. B can't go in this box here, look. So B is not 8. C could be 8. If C was 8, that would be an 8. Column 5's only got 1 C in it, and column 7's only got 1 C in it. And column 1's only got... So, goodness me. So if C is 8, we are cooking with gas. D. No, there's no D in box 7. E. That's not enough. F. That's not enough. G we've looked at, and H we've looked at. So this is amazing. So now we know that there are 8 C's in the puzzle, and we can put them in to, for example, that's the only C in column 1. Those 2 are the only C's in columns 5 and 7. Now let's do more of these. There's only 1 C in row 8, so that's got to be a C. There's only now one place for a C in box 3. It's got to be there, because it can't be here. There's only 1 C in box 1. It's got to be there, because it can't be there. Right, hang on, let's see. Let's keep doing this. Only 1 C. Are all the C's done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can see that's got... Yeah, these 2 have to be the last C. Last 8s, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got all the 8s in the grid. Okay. Well, let's do the same thing with 7s. Now, the thing is, 7 could be C. No, actually, 7 can't be C, because we know there are 7 nice 7s and 1 naughty 7. And I've only got 3 columns of C left. I don't have 7 columns of C left. So C is not 7. A. Ooh, 1, 2. No, A is not 7. You can't put 7 natural 7s into that configuration. B. Ooh, that would be huge. If B was 7, I haven't seen why it can't be yet, but B, because there's no B in box 5 here, every other box would have to have a... Yeah, that would give us a 7 here, actually, and there. It would give us 2 7s in the grid. So that's possible. C, we know, is not possible. D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that works. No, that doesn't work, because look at the columns. I was counting boxes first, but if you count columns, there's an empty column in column 4 and an empty column in column 6. So the maximum number of 7s I could put into D is 6, and that's not enough. There's got to be 7. D. What comes after D? My brain's not working. E, F. G was this one, and H isn't enough. Right, so now we know B. B is 7. Right, and we know... I don't know how to do this quite. Do I corner mark it? Maybe I just do that. The 7s... No, oh, hang on. What am I exactly saying here? I'm saying that there are 7 Bs in the puzzle that are not naughty. So there is a naughty 7 in this box. And that's going to be on another letter, obviously. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what I'm saying there, but I can see that can't be a 7 by Sudoku, so that seems to have to be a 7. Okay. There's a 7 in one of those. Yeah, so I can take 7 out of these, can't I? Because 7 can't be naughty in these 2 boxes. So that's a 7. That's not 7. Let me just try and picture the pattern of 7s that I've got remaining and just see whether we can do better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the naughty 7 in this box is in one of those 3 cells. But we're going to have to somehow... Okay, we know it's naughty, so we can do that, can't we? That's legitimate. Because that's the only naughty digit in this box, and therefore this row. Okay, alright, that feels sensible. And I am going to turn my attention to 6s next. I just want to make sure that I've sort of fully thought through what I'm able to do with my 7s. So this 7, which is real, is saying there are 7 7s on B squares. Okay, and then there's an 8th 7 here, which is not on a B. All right, so 6s. So 6s there has to be 2 naughty 6s. But that means we do need a letter that can contain 6 real 6s. So let's have a think about that. That doesn't look like there's enough columns there. No, look at that. A hasn't got enough columns. A's only got 5 columns. So A is out. Now, what about B? Could you put... Hang on, where's B? There's a B. There are a lot of B's in this puzzle. So I'm wondering whether B can be 6 as well as being 7. It's really hard. I got to get rid of those 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it doesn't. No, that's wrong. It can't be. It can't be B, because there's a lot of B's going on there. Because if we take the cells that are left in available as B's, I think there's only 5 rows of B's, and there needs to be 6. So B is not 6. What about C? Oh, no, C only had 3 columns, I think, of C's left. So C isn't C isn't 6. D. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's works for the columns. 1, 2, 3. That works for the boxes. 2, 3. Only just works for the rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 rows of D. Right, let's check E. E doesn't work. There's only 5 of them. F. Well, that doesn't work because there are 6 Fs, but 2 of them are in the same box. So the most number of different Fs we could put in is 5. G, we know it's not. H, we know it's not. So it is D. Let's go back here. We have to put 6 natural 6s in these cells. Right. So there must be a natural 6 in both of those squares immediately. And they're both therefore green. Let's double click again. That must be a natural one. That's the only one in this. Oh, hang on. No, I don't trust what I've done. Sorry. I need to be careful here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the D's are in 7 different boxes. So I've got to allocate this by row. 1, 2, 3. Right, row or column works. There's 6 columns for D's that are outstanding. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 rows are outstanding. So if a D is unique, yeah, so there must therefore be a D in this row. And there's only one place for it, so it's there. There's only one place for a D in row 1. That's there. So this now is not a D because that's had its D. We've had our D in this box. D in this row can only be here. I'm not sure if I'm getting a different answer to what I got before, but I think it's more logical what I'm doing. 2, 3. That's got to be a D in terms of where's the D in this row. And we're left with having to place... Well, now I can turn my attention to the columns, actually. Because I have to put a D in column 1, and I've got to put a D in column 3. So that's a D and that's a D. I mean, I know it's a D. I mean, that's a 6 and that's a 6. And therefore, we've placed 6 6s, and there are 2 remaining 6s, which I actually know. I know where the one in the... I know where both of them are. And they're going to have to be naughty 6s in different letters, I think. And we're going to have one there. That is a naughty 6. And then by Sudoku... Oh, actually, that's taking the pencil mark of a 7 as well. Let me just think about that. Is that fine? I need to think about what that's doing to 7s in a moment or two. That seems to have to be a 6, and that's naughty. So therefore, this is great. This isn't naughty now. And therefore, it can't be 7 in this box, because we know that the 7 in this box is naughty. This can't be naughty, so that's a 1. Because we worked out right at the start there was a 1 in one of these. So that is now green, and that's become naughty. And it's not naughty 6. Naughty 6 is there. Naughty 6s are there. And it's not 1 by Sudoku anymore. So that's naughty 3 or naughty 5, which is good. That's really good, because we worked out, didn't we, that there had to be naughty 3s and naughty 5s in the puzzle. Now, I took the place of a 7 here. The 7 in this box is a normal 7, because the 7 in this box is the naughty 7. So I think, right, so what we're learning is that's become a 7 by dint of Sudoku. It's a normal 7. That means this is not normal 7, which means this is the only place left in this box for 7, and therefore that is naughty 7. These two are both green. Look at this now. We're going nuts in terms of our ability to greenify everything. Absolutely nuts. We've got loads of green out of nowhere there. So I actually can't. Hang on. I've got 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can get 7 here. I've got 5 7s. It's the 7s on this side, though, that I was confused about. Can they not be resolved, or am I missing a trick here? I don't know. I'm not sure. I know they're normal wherever they go. I don't know. I'm not seeing how to resolve the 7s on the right-hand side of the grid, which is a bit disturbing. That's got to be a normal, hasn't it? So, and oh yeah, here we go. Here's a simple deduction. Where we know this 6 is normal, because all of the 6s in the puzzle, except for... in fact, all of the 8s are normal. We know that as well. All of the 6s, apart from these two naughty 6s, are green. So where do we put the naughty digit? There. It's got to go there. And that's in H. So maybe we don't do 5s yet. Maybe we think about H's. Because there are 4 H's, only one of which is a naughty H. So the other 3 H's... well, the problem is they could be 3s, couldn't they? Because if you put an H in, if you put a 3 in an H, that's saying there are three 3s in H's. So I could make all of those 3, and then that could be anything. But if these are not 3, then they have to be 1 and 2 in some order, because there's going to be like a 1 in. There's going to be one. So hard to say. There's going to be one H. Well, on H there'll be a 1, which is saying there's 1 in H, and then there'll be on H there'll be a 2, which will be saying there's two 2s on H, and that's how you could divide these up. But so these are 1, 2, or 3 for sure, and that's not 1. I don't know. Okay. Oh, no. Hang on. Look. These 2 squares have got to be green. They're in the column with these. So there is... these 2 have got to be green because they're in a column with this. I'm sure this is resolved now. I just have to work this out. 1 second. We can get the last... In fact, is that a better way of thinking about this? Any red digit, we know that red digit is not 7 or 6 or 1. So it's 3 or 5, isn't it? Because we know there's 1 naughty 7, 2 naughty 6s. Yeah, 3 5s and 2 3s. 3 5s and 2. Yes, okay. So that is a 3 or a 5. That is a 3 or a 5. Okay. Now I don't know. I think probably what we're meant to do is think about 5s next. So let's just audit in our brains, or in my brain. Now, brain, get ready for the audit. What is it we're expecting with 5s? So we're expecting 5 true 5s. And 3 naughty 5s. So we need a digit that can have 5 regular numbers on it. Which I think there's going to be a lot of options for this. So let's just think about A. Let's start with A. Now A does appear. It appears in 5 boxes there. It appears in 5 columns there, and it appears in 6 rows there. So A is a very good candidate for taking 5s, I think. Okay, let's go to B. B. Oh, how do I do this? I don't know actually. Maybe maybe if I click that one. No, that's highlighting 7s. Maybe if I. No, that I don't know how to. Maybe that one? I don't know how to make it do it. Oh, goodness. This is going to be a nightmare if I can't make it highlight all the B's. I'll have to do it myself. Alright, let's do it myself. That might be... It might not be a complete... The thing is, if I miss one, that's going to be a disaster. B's... 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 Okay, I think I've got them, but I'm not sure. So these have to be, well, we can get rid of the digits, the B's that have digits in them already, actually. And we're left with 1, 2, 3. We're left with 5, aren't we? I think. 2, 3, 4, 5. We are left with 5 rows that could have a B in, which is not disproving my ability. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 boxes. Is there some nuance here that we can... If you put 5s into these squares... I'm going to have to do this for A as well, I'm suddenly thinking about. What I'm wondering is if you do put... If you put 5 into these cells, oh, right. No, okay. I'm thinking about this wrong, incorrectly. A better question, although it's a difficult question to actually get a handle on altogether, but here is a question that I think bears thought. Rather than, what I was going to do, obviously, I was going to go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and I was going to see which one had 5 capability of 5 5s in it. But how about doing it differently? How about thinking about row 6 for a moment? Now, in row 6, this is the naughty letter. So any other letter that appears in this row has to be a normal. Has to be normal, doesn't it? It has to be normal. So what I'm thinking is, if we oh, I can't do it now, but clearly there's no B in this row. So there's going to be a 5 in this row that is not B and is normal, which means that B can't be 5, because there is only one letter that corresponds to normal 5 in this puzzle. Because if there were 2 such letters, there would be 10 5s in the puzzle. This is head-wreckingly clever. I don't know how you set this. It's just completely balmy. So, right. So, but that. Yes. Okay. So that doesn't rule out A from being 5, because A does appear in this row, A does appear in this column, and A does appear in this column, and it does appear in this column, and it does appear in this row. Ah. Oh my goodness me. Oh, but hang on. Oh, and I was about to say it doesn't appear in this one, but then I've just realised that could be a 5, and that would still allow it to work. Oh, what? All right. I think what I'm proving to myself here is I can't use this sort of technique to disprove 5 or disprove A from being 5. But I did use it to rule out B. Now C. Oh goodness, how am I going to do this? C. Maybe I've got to get rid of the green. Actually, I don't. Yeah, I know what I'll do. I will highlight these squares with red and a flash, and then I'll highlight all the greens and unshade them. And then I think if I click on C, it does show me. Right, great. Okay, so C There's not enough columns left to take normal 5s. There have to be 5 normal 5s. D. Oh, D's already been sort of fully occupied with 6s to an extent, so we can get rid of the 6s. And what are we left with? We're left with four cells. That's not enough to take 5 digits, so it's not that. E. Oh, E looks good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Immediately, and in different rows, and in different boxes. Bother. But that doesn't work for this column. Because if we know, yeah, because in this column there's no E. And therefore that would be implying that there is another letter that has a natural 5 in it. There must therefore be 5 of that letter, so we can't also put 5 in E. So E doesn't work yet. F. Oh, F. Well, F isn't in this column, so let's just rule that out as well. G and H. Right, so A is 5. That is a long-winded way of proving that. Now, 1, 2, 3... What? Well, the way to do this is to see there are 5 columns of A, aren't there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these cells have to be A. They have to be 5. I mean, now, that's ruled out that one. Which means that in this column, that's A. And now, do we get them all? Yeah, we do. We've got one more we can put in here, and that will not break Sudoku. And that puts 5 5s in A. And then, okay, and that's really good, because that then by Sudoku places a 5 here, which is in a reason. Oh, I'm going to get a 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. Losing its religion. Right. Oh, well, this is now a 2, apparently. That's got to be a 2. Let's do this slowly now. So we now got a 2 in H. So one of these has to be a 2H. And one of these is a 1H. So these are different, even though they don't look like they are. We get a 3 in the corner. Oh, we get a 4 in the corner. We get a 4 in F. But I still think there's more we could do with 5s. So hang on, let's go back to 5s. Let's double click the 5s. Can we place more 5s? Oh no! 1, 2. I've got a horrible thing of 5s left. So 5s are in these squares, which are similar to. Oh well, no, that makes sense. Yes. That's actually huge, isn't it? Because if I'm not mistaken, this is an X. Well, I'm definitely not mistaken. That's an X-wing on 5s. But also, those 5s have a quality beyond their numberliness. They have the quality of naughtliness. And the naughty 5s are therefore, if that was a 5, that's going to have to be a 5, isn't it? But both will be naughty. So how could this be naughty is my question. If that's naughty, none of those can be naughty, but one of these is a naughty 5, so that's definitely not naughty. And now, that's not naughty because there's a naughty digit there. So there is a naughty digit in the corner. And that naughty digit is not 5. So does that have to be 3 as well? I'm going to get 2 3s in the corner. Let me think. I've got the naughty 7. No, it does. It has to be 3 because there are only 4 naughty digits. 7, 6, 5 and 3. So this is 3. I get 2 3s in the corner. And I get 2 celebrations. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, proving its position. Got 2 versions of the song today. That's a digit I can do. That's an E'd 3. This column has got 2 and 4 to be placed in it. Yeah, okay, so we're sort of done, aren't we, on naughties? We don't. Oh, how are these going to get resolved? Actually, maybe I'm wrong about us being done. I've suddenly had a horrible thought that there's no way to resolve this now. But maybe something else can come in here and affect. Yeah. Yeah, maybe something else can come into the B's, D's and E's or something. And that will allow us to work out how these 5s are going to be disposed. I'm not sure. I did notice I got a 3 here and a 4 here though. So 4 in a natural F cell means there are 3 other F's that have to have 4 in. Now, well that... no, that's so annoying. Okay, alright. Well, that's still okay, actually. Or is it? Hang on. No, that is okay. That is okay. Because I can label all these digits with 1 or 4. Because 3 of the F's that are not yet allocated have to be 4s, so that the F in the bottom left corner is telling the truth. And then the other F is not a red cell, so it's not naughty, so it has to be telling the truth about itself in F, which means it must be a 1F, saying there is 1 in F, if you see what I mean. So I would understand if you didn't. This is fairly bonkers. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means... I don't know. I'm going to go to E. How many E's are there? Please don't let there be many. Oh, okay. There are... Well, there are 4 cells left that could be E, but 2 of them right. Okay, this is quite interesting because 2 of them are in the same column, but also one of these is definitely naughty. Because we know the naughty 5s are either there or there. So one of these is a naughty 5. Which means that, say this one was naughty 5. Let's go back to the E's. We're saying if that's naughty 5, then 2 of the remaining ones have to be 3s. And the other one is going to have to be a nice 1. So these digits are only available to be 1s, 3s and 5s, which is relatively restricted. And we know that the 5 is in these. So these are 1 and 3. It's not quite good enough, is it? I thought that was going to be quite an intelligent way to think about this, but it's not. I don't think it's actually revealed the secrets I was hoping it would. Okay. So we might have to go revisit the logic about thinking about... Oh, goodness. I don't know. I don't know. We've done 5s, haven't we? Have I actually... I've done 5s. I've substantially done 5s. I've just got the X-wing left. 4s. I know I've got 4 4s in F. There's got to be another letter that's got 4 4s in it. Now, do we know what that letter is? Oh, I've got a 1 2 4 triple there. That's huge, actually. I'm going to use that because that's easier. That's now got to be a 3 by Sudoku. And therefore that's become a 1. And that's become a 4. That's a 4 in F, which is sort of what we already knew. But that 3 in C, oh, that's become a 2. Oh, what? This is doing things now. Sudoku is doing things out of nowhere. This is very kind of it. It's very rarely this generous. Right, these squares are 1, 2 and 4. But I want to come back to, what was it I was thinking about? That one. That is a natural 3C. So if we go to C's and we delete the ones that have got 8s in, or anything else, that can't be a 3, that can't be a 3. So, right, so I've got to put 2 more 3s into these squares. So we can see, well, yeah, okay. So, and there's got to be 1 in column 3, and there's got to be 1 in column, whatever that is, column 6. And this one can't be a 3, so that has to be a 3. And then, right, let's double click those again. Oh no, I want to click the C. Ah, bobbins, bobbins, bobbins. Okay, and it's one of these two is the other one. That has to be a 3. I'm sure there's a way we can tell which one of those is correct. But let's actually revert to Sudoku now, because Sudoku is being friendly. This is a 1. Look, we are actually doing quite good work here without having to worry ourselves too much about some of the... Oh, I've got a 3-5 pair in this column. That's in fact a 1 by Sudoku. I mean, checking that this puzzle is correct is going to be absolutely nightmarish. That's now a 3 by Sudoku. Well, does that... No, it doesn't. The C's are in these positions. Okay, so we've got 2... Oh, these are a 2-7 pair, and it's not resolved. Bother. I still haven't done these 7s, which is something we almost started with, isn't it? How do we finish this now? 3-5, 1, 2-4 pair. The 2-4 pair is in B and D, so we can probably do some work on that if we get really stuck, to work out which of B and D can have the natural 4 in it. Actually, let's double click 4s. Yeah, look, there's a natural bead 4 and a natural bead F. So we know, and we can see there are 4 4s in F. So there must be 4 4s in B, because these can't be naughty. So let's go to where those 4s could be. That one has to be a 4. I think that's true. Yeah, because if I put a 4 in D, then I haven't got all my 4s in B and F. That's got to be right. So that's 4, that's 2. That's now 7. That might do some things, because 7 was a difficult digit, wasn't it? That's become a 4, which is in B, which is exactly where it should be. B, B, B again. 3, 5, 7 along here. So that's 5 or 7. That's 3, 5 or 7. Is this X-Wing unwound yet? Please. Naughty puzzle. 1, 2... Okay, 3, 2, 3, 5 along here. And that's not 3. And that's not 5. And that's not 5, actually. I've just seen from this 5 down here. 2, 3, 7. So 7s... Can we resolve these somehow? Or are we going to have to... how are we going to do this? We know that we had to put a 7. How can B be... How can that be a natural 7? That can't be a... Oh, it would be a lying 7. That's the point. No, but it can't be a lying 7. That was the lying 7. Has this been available for ages? If that's 7, I think the world is broken. I can't see how that can possibly be true. Because if that's 7, let's just think this through. It's either a broken 7, which would mean there's 2 broken 7s, which would mean all the real 7s are telling lies. Oh, sorry, B is the... B. Oh, no, I was looking at this one, thinking this was C. But B is the colour of 7. Ah, so that would make sense. So if this was 7 and was natural, it would be correct. Sorry. Oh, but how can that be 7 then? That simply cannot be 7. Because that's in C, and 7s are Bs, which I'd forgotten. I'd lost track of my 7s. This can't be a natural 7, and it can't be a broken digit. So that is a 3, which means this is a 5, which means this is a 5, using our X-Wing from before. That finishes off the colouring of the puzzle. It makes this a 7, which is good. That a 7, that a 1, that a 1, that a 2, that a 3, and that a 2. And I hope that this might be right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a brilliant puzzle. I mean, 3 stars out of difficulty. I mean, I know that 3 stars out of 5 can mean different things to different people, but this isn't that easy, is it? Maybe I've made a real Horlicks of it. I've loved it. I've thought it's fascinating and really clever, but it feels as far removed from sort of an average puzzle as you can really imagine. I'm going to click tick just to see it. Okay, it's correct. One person has solved it. Oh, that's because the testers made me my own version of this because of the colour blindness thing, isn't it? Well, I'm pleased it's right, but I sort of want to prove it's right. So let's think about how we do that. So all of the 8s are fine. There are 8 8s in C. So 7s, we can see there are 7 7s in B, so they are correct. Let's make those purple as well. 6s. I can see there are 2 naughty 6s, and all of the remaining 6s are in D, which is lovely, so that's correct. 5s. 5s are in A. There are several naughty 5s, and the remaining 5s are in A. Beautiful. This is really satisfying. I think B's and F's are right, because we did that logic halfway through the puzzle, so they're correct. 3s now. Okay, so there need to be 2 naughty 3s, and they are both in the corner. And then we've got 3... Yeah, we've got 3 3s in E and 3 3s in C, so that's correct. 2s now. Oh, these 2s are going to be complicated. So there should be no naughty 2s. There are 2 H's. They're correct. 2 B's, 2 D's, and 2 C's. This is just lovely. And then 1s. So A, B, C. Yeah. Oh, have I missed? Is this what I've missed, actually? Oh, I'm wondering, maybe that's what I needed to do, you know. I'm not sure. I haven't quite got my head around it. But once we worked out the distribution of the naughty digits, we actually knew at that point not only that there were entirely natural 8s, but there were entirely natural 2s and 1s. And 1 is interesting, because once you can only put 1 1, when you put 1 in B, you can put no more 1s in B, and there are only 8 letters used in this puzzle, A to H. I know 8 is the equivalent of H alphanumerically. So actually that would have told me that every single letter had exactly 1 1 in it. Now, would that have been useful in the solve path? I'm not sure. It might have been. I'm just not sure. I hope it wasn't, because well, that would mean that what I did was sensible. But I'm slightly worried there might have been a shortcut way of doing it. So, okay, we get all those purples. Let's change those to a better colour. Let's use yellow. And I now understand and have proved to my satisfaction that this is correct. Absolutely wonderful. Dorlir, take a bow again. Very different speed of solve to the last one of yours, but every bit as fascinating. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.